I'm Huon Hooke, and this is The Real Review. The wine we're tasting today is Plan B Shiraz Tempranillo, 2017, and it comes from southwest of Western Australia, specifically the Franklin River region. So the backstory of Plan B, as the name suggests, I think it was a backup plan when people ran out of other ideas. In fact, if you read the website, they're very candid and very self-deprecating about their business. And Terry Chalapa, who is the prime mover of the business and the marketing brains behind it, one of the statements he makes on the website is free-range wines that are free of corporate taint. Not sure what corporate people think of that. But he describes himself as the wine minstrel, and his winemaker, who is a new winemaker who's only been there for 4 years. Her name is Vanessa Carson. He describes her as the wine juggler. So these people like to have a bit of fun. They're not too precious about their wine. But they make very, very good wine. And the original winemaker who started the business with Terry was a fellow called Bill Crapsley, who I first met when he was winemaker, I think at Sandalford, way back in the 80s or 90s. Bill's been around for a long time. He only recently retired, and I think that's when they brought the new winemaker, Vanessa, on board. So it's a very small, slim, streamlined business. I don't think they own any vineyards at all or ever have, but they buy fruit from various places and turn it into very good wine, and the value across their range is very, very special. So what does this wine taste like? Well, it is basically Shiraz, so a nice deep colour, purple tinge to it, nice and clear and limpid. There's only a small amount of Tempranillo added to it. I think it's 5 or 6%. So we're looking at what is essentially a Shiraz here. And there's some lovely pepper aromas on the nose. It's not just pepper. There are all sorts of spice aromas there. There's plums, there's a little bit of perhaps olivey character like you might find in a tapenade. Soy sauce perhaps is a descriptor that people often use for the savoury elements of Shiraz as well. Pretty interesting, and very much a cool climate spectrum of aromas, because the Franklin River area is quite a cool region for grape growing. Let's have a taste. Ah, lovely. Very refreshing, mouth-watering, appetizing sort of wine. Good acidity, a cooler climate wine, so it's got elegance. It's not a heavy wine, it's medium to full-bodied, but there is tannin there, there's a firmness of backbone, which you really need to carry strong flavoured food or hearty flavoured food. But it's not grippy, it's not astringent, it's not overbearing. It's a wine you can drink now and certainly over the next 10, 15 years, no problem. So how do we rate this wine? Well, we scored it 94 out of 100, which is a very high score for a $23 wine. This is a gorgeous wine, terrific value for money, and no whiff of corporate taint that I can pick up anyway. And how did we score it vis-a-vis other Western Australian Shirazes? We scored it number 1 out of 16 vintage 2017 Shiraz blends from Southwest Australia. We suggested we'll drink now till 2030, or at least at 2025. That's only 5 years away, but I would give that wine at least 10 years lifespan, no problem at all. So it's a top rank wine, and wow, I'd be very happy to sit down and drink that. So the food match, what would you like to serve with a wine like this? I can imagine lots and lots of things would go well with this wine. The people at the winery, probably Terry Chalapa himself, suggests Moroccan spiced lamb cutlets with cumin-scented couscous and labneh, which is a kind of yogurt. Gosh, that sounds pretty good to me. If you don't want to be as exotic as that, I would think just a plain old lamb chop or a roast leg of lamb would be good. But anything with Moroccan spices, I think, tends to go well with the spicier style of cool climate Shiraz really well. So enjoy that. I'm going to have another sip.